Hey, I'm Rob Gant with the Goose Creek Gazette and the Berkeley Independent. I'm sitting here today with Roger Lee, Somerville Journal Scene, in our Journal Scene office. We are talking football. This is our game of the week, and we have to go with the Berkeley Stags loading up the buses and heading over to Goose Creek. It's actually two of my teams, but you've seen them both, so you know. Berkeley at Goose Creek, I tell you right now, get your tickets early, get in the stadium because it's going to be packed, and Goose Creek is looking to make a statement, and Berkeley, as always, travels well, and they're looking to prove that they can stay atop the region lead,
Yeah.
So, well, like I said, you've seen Berkeley and Goose Creek. What is your take on Goose Creek? I know the defense is pretty good.
That's what stands out to me about the Gators is that defense. But they also have been in some tight games. I believe they lost to Ashley Ridge this first game of the season.
Tight
right?
game, cramps played a role in that. They just, for some reason, I don't know how that happened, but the Gators lost that game.
I mean, I think they're a team that is due. But now I'm going with the Stags in this one. The Stags, even the one game where they got blown out at Fort Dorchester, they were right there with Fort in the first half.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody has done that all year. Could be wrong there because I haven't been to all their games. But I mean, they looked. I was sitting there thinking, man, this might be something happening here. I saw Berkeley dominate Ashley Ridge, at least on the scoreboard. So I know they can move the ball. They can burn you deep. I like their running back. So for me, I think the difference is going to be the Stags have just been building up momentum over the last few years, and they probably remember well those days where Goose Creek was
Dominant.
Yeah, just really whipping them. So I think I like Berkeley.
Well, what did you? We thought that Goose Creek Cane Bay would be competitive, and I was there and I saw firsthand, and it was not competitive. It was 49-7. Were you shocked by how wide that was?
I was, because I thought Cane Bay's offense could move the ball against anybody. They've got that option attack, and that's just been working for so long, and I was not looking for that score at all.
Yeah, they Goose Creek defensively. I mean, I've been singing the praises of the defense all year. I thought they've been great. They made Cane Bay's triple option into Cane Bay's zero option. There was nothing to do. The Goose Creek played very well. We mentioned earlier in one other video that Mukwamu, quarterback for the Gators, had an excellent game. He was 20 of 23, 182 yards, 4 touchdowns. He even ran one in from, I think, 2 or 3 yards. They also got a kickoff return for a touchdown by Malachi Williams for about 90 yards. That actually answered Cane Bay's lone score. Cane Bay blocked a punt. Leon Staley scored for the Cobras. You're thinking, oh, here we go. But Malachi Williams returned an ensuing kickoff, 90 yards for a touchdown. And it never got any better for the Cobras, and Goose Creek just rolled. And I want to mention this, because this was one of the best plays I think I've ever seen. There's a young man named Jared Jenkins who's a backup receiver. He took a screen pass. This is for Goose Creek late in the game. They're already up 42-7. DJ Matthews, backup quarterbacks in the game, throws a little screen pass. Jared Jenkins makes the catch, kind of sidesteps a guy or two, then ends up in a pile around the Goose Creek 45-yard line. It looks like he's about to go down, and then he pulled a Roger Lee, just like a Hulk. Everybody just went flying. He broke out of there, and he went 55 yards for a touchdown. I don't know that I've ever seen a sideline get as excited for one of their teammates as I did that play. When Jared Jenkins took that pass, it was about 70-something yards, but he ran the final 55 after breaking out of a crowd like he was the Hulk. The Goose Creek sideline went nuts. I was actually standing over there shooting pictures, and there was like a rush of guys went by me. A couple of guys hit me with their shoulder pads. They were excited. They didn't care. They were showing me no quarter, and my glasses went flying. But yeah, that was one thing that really stands out to me about that Goose Creek game is how excited they were to see their teammates score. Now back to the game, the actual game itself, Goose Creek Berkeley. It's a tough one. I told you I didn't sleep real well last night. I blamed it on the new puppy that the wife got, but more and more it was this game right here, trying to pick a winner. Because part of picking games is when you see an upset that can happen, you want to have the guts to pick that upset before it happens. You don't want to have to come back and say, yeah, I thought that could happen. So I went to bed last night and I was thinking, man, I think the Gators can win this thing in an upset. And have I changed my mind? Well, we'll break it down a little bit. One, the very first thing is the Gators. This is a huge game for Goose Creek. Okay, this is the biggest game they played in a while. There's a chance for them to make a statement that they have returned. Because they've had some lean years. They've kind of fallen off, and they think they're good enough to beat Berkeley. I mean, I haven't had a kid tell me from the Gators that they think they're good enough to beat Berkeley. This is the vibe that I get. They think they're better. They have an opportunity to beat Berkeley. So they got to not be too hyped up. They absolutely cannot help Berkeley at all. They cannot cough it up and let the moment be too big for them. Wando had a chance to compete with Berkeley a little bit, but they had Berkeley turned 20 points from Wando turned Wando turnovers into 20 points and got a safety. That basically was the difference in the game. Goose Creek has to avoid that. And the next thing is they can't let Solomon Butler and Hakeem Megget get behind them. Those corners out there for the Gators, they can't let them get behind them and give up some cheap touchdowns. And if they do those three things, they'll be in the football game and they'll have a chance to win. I have just, like I said, I went to bed last night thinking that the Gators were going to get it done, and I am going to stick to my guns despite being tired and grumpy. I'm going to go with the Gators to spring what I think most people would be, I don't know about a monumental upset, but it would definitely be an upset. I really like what the defense is doing over there at Goose Creek, and if the Goose Creek offense can just take care of the ball and not get too hyped up, I think they have an opportunity to shock the world here. I think Berkeley is still a very good football team, no matter what happens. But I am going with the Gators. And you took the Stags?
I did take the Stags. Now, I will add, I like Goose Creek's quarterback. I think he just does an all-around good job, and he doesn't strike me as the kind who makes a lot of mistakes. Is that an accurate assessment?
Well, I tell you what, he didn't make many against Cane Bay. He was 20 of 23. And I think Berkeley has better skill people as far as covering the pass and dealing with that system than Cane Bay does. But when you go 20 of 23, that's doing your job and doing it well. Man's tough. I tell you what, put a score on yours. I'll put a score on mine.
Oh wow. I'm kind of expecting a shootout just because they are going to be hyped up and they'll have to kind of fight that a little bit. I'm going to take the Stags in a shootout by 7 points by a touchdown.
Like 35-28 or something like that?
Yeah, I don't think they'll go up into the 40s. I think it'll be like a 30-something game. Again, you keep asking me to do math, Rob, and you know I can't do that.
I'm gonna go with the Gators 31-27. So we'll see how it turns out. Either way, it's gonna be one heck of a football game. That's football talk for this week. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.